What's up, everybody? Welcome to System Crafters, well, Crafter Hours. It's a stream series where we, oh crap, I forgot to set the screen. Anyway, it's a stream series where we try to build something new and interesting every stream. And this week we're gonna work on some more web development stuff on the emaxpackages.com project. But first I need to make sure that I got all my technology stuff set up correctly, because clearly I forgot to do that. So let me just get the screen going on here. Hello to Marcus and Peter in the YouTube chat. Also, hello to Glenn, Cal, and Trev over on the IRC side. Let me just get Chromium going in this thing. I use video.ninja to share my screen, so I have to make sure I set that up before I start the stream, otherwise it doesn't work. Just one second. Here we go. I think that did it. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Got to pull down my notes that I pushed from the other machine. Ah, great. I need a rebase. Let's just do a little rebase then, huh? Oh, I'm pushing, not pulling. See, sometimes I get the key bindings in VC mode wrong. I would say it's probably more often than not that I get it wrong. All right, and then we're gonna turn on the keycast tab bar mode. There we go. All right, we got a little agenda here. Let me also say, discuss the pros of REPL-Driven dev. So how's everybody doing today? Hello to Yabo. And to Forest Hobo. I think my camera's a little bit too high. Not much I can do about it, I think. There we go. Maybe that's better. So, last week we made quite a bit of progress in getting the SQL side of everything kind of wired up together. We fleshed out our database schemas and made it possible to store details about the different authors and maintainers of packages, and got everything set up so that we can store information about the sources of packages. I don't think that we've gotten that far yet, but I need to check on Trev's PR, because he may have added some stuff on that. We're going to take a little look at Trev's PR sent by Trev in just a moment, but until then, we'll just sort of discuss the state of the project. What else? Reorganize the code pretty well. I don't know, I'm feeling pretty good about how the code's looking right now, but it still needs a bit more work. Like I keep saying, I want to go with simplicity first. I don't want to try to over-engineer things from the beginning, so I'm trying to take a measured approach. I'm trying not to get ahead of myself and try to go add a bunch of design to things. So we're going to try to keep it simple, even though we are modularizing the code at this point. Because it's fun. I mean, it's fun to break up code into modules and try to, make a bit better of a internal API, let's say, between the different components. I think there's value to it. Also makes it a bit more testable. At some point, we need to start adding unit tests to some parts of this. I don't really know where we'll add unit tests yet. We'll probably just have to be implementing more of the actual logic of the app before we can understand where unit tests will be necessary. I don't really like testing things like database calls and whatnot, because it can be useful. Well, okay, that's not really a unit test, let's say. It can be useful for integration tests to make sure that the site works end to end, that mainline scenarios work, but I wouldn't use it for unit testing. Unit testing is kind of a different thing. Unit testing almost has a function of like helping you to design the interface of a component you're writing. It's almost more of a design tool that leaves you with tests that you can use to exercise the behavior in the end. But we haven't really used that approach up until now. We might try to use it a little bit later, though. I don't know if you can see it, but I have the special mystery flavor of Monster today. It has a limited edition invisible can. It's Ultra Paradise. It's green. That's the reason why it's not showing up, because it's being green screened out. All right. So Whoa, says Trev. Yes, I see. I did get the Monster sponsorship after all. I'm getting all the special stuff. Just kidding. All right. So today the agenda would be, first of all, I want to review Trev's PR because he sent some useful stuff regarding queries on some of the other stuff that we haven't really wired up so well yet. Also, the main thing today is to set up a REPL-driven workflow for live UI development. Now, it's not going to be as impressive, let's say, as some of the things you might have seen with like closure script applications or other kind of REPL-based tools that can kind of push updates to UI directly to the running page. We're still going to reload the page, but we won't have to restart the web application every time we change the way that a page is rendered, or maybe we tweak some CSS values or something like that. The idea is that I need to set up enough of the code in the project in a way that it can be easily reloaded using a REPL. So we're going to have to talk about how to do that, and be sort of careful about how we put things together so that it can be done that way. But I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. So we will we'll take a look at that in a minute. But I think that would make things a lot more fun if we can have a running website and we can reevaluate the handlers for different pages, or even all the root handler that controls all of the routes that the website uses. If we can reevaluate all of that stuff at runtime, then we can actually interactively develop the application while it's running. So that should be fun. Also, I want to add a query UI for packages by keyword and author. So the PR that Trev sent should enable us to do that, because I think he's added some query capabilities based on, or to do those things. So we'll take a look at that. I'm also thinking about changing the ID strategy for packages to not use a numeric ID, let's say, like an auto-incremented numeric ID. Because we need a stable way to identify a package, basically based on its package name over time. That could be tricky for various reasons, but we'll see what we can do. I don't know. Maybe once we start trying to actually load stuff into the database, we'll see if there's any kind of conflicts or any weirdness based on that. But that's sort of the idea. Is like, instead of, I don't have the site up right now, but instead of going to like, the root of the URL /packages/1, you would go to root URL /packages/denote or something like that. And that would be the way that you would identify a package. I think that would make things a bit easier. And then discuss the pros of REPL-driven dev. I want to kind of get a short or even a short video out of the stream today. I was going to do the video about match expressions, but I might need to let that bake a little bit longer, maybe do it on Thursday instead. But I would like to at least get something out of the stream, so maybe we'll have a little discussion about the pros of REPL-driven dev, maybe after we make some progress on it, so that we have a bit better of a perspective on what the pros are. 'Cause I know what they are, but let's sort of refresh our mentality by actually doing some REPL-driven development before we start discussing it in theory. Hello to Chicken Goat. All right. Peter says, I like having some integration tests on HTTP request level. So you like doing like a client API request calls and just verify the results. That's a pretty good way to do it. Trev says that Faye was bragging about common Lisp REPLs again. Well, I mean, common Lisp has a much better REPL experience. But there's reasons for that. All right. So let's start off by taking a look at Trev's PR. I'm going to go over to the emacsPackages.com repo on Codeberg. If you want to check out the repo itself, go look in the description of the YouTube stream, or just look at the URL here, codeberg.org/systemcrafters/emacsPackages.com. And you can check out the code there. Let's just go take a quick look at what Trev sent us. Add queries to populate keywords, authors, and maintainers on package record. All right, so there's a few things here. Remove keywords column for packages table for better keyword lookup in the future, like browsing by keyword. Create two tables, package keyword and package keywords. Package keywords table contains all keywords found in package archives. Package keywords table is the link between packages. Yeah, so it's another relation table. Created a read package full function, which will populate an entire package record. I'm starting to wonder if we need that. I was talking to Benoit yesterday in the IRC, and I think we were sort of coming to a shared agreement that it might be worthwhile to just like make queries that are specific rather than trying to populate an entire object where you don't necessarily need all the stuff in the object, but we'll take a look at that a little bit later. Arturo says, I finally wrote an original program in Haskell. It starts by entering the name of the person, and then it asks him on how their day was. A simple console application. Well, congrats on that. It's great to write a first app in a new language. So let's see. Fix bug in parsing maintainers from package archive. Yeah, it seems that there are many issues with how they represent maintainers and authors on the package archives. Populate authors and maintainers fields on package record within repackage full. Do the necessary joins to build a list of authors and maintainers for the package. So it sounds like Trev has gotten all the information populated now. Trev says we can create an index on the package name for now for an efficient query by name. Yeah, that is also possible. I mean, that might be another way to do it. Since we haven't deployed anything yet, we have some time to make changes. Hey, Lev, I did see your email, Lev. I haven't had a chance to read the SQL file that you sent me, but I did see it. Thank you for sending that. So, yeah, it could be either way. We could definitely have an index for the name, the package name. Trev says, yeah, there is some nuance in how you want to load package details, like if you want it to be lazily loaded on the front end. Yeah, I'm wondering where we need certain pieces of information, because we don't need all information everywhere. So it may be that we have specialized functions that get certain views of the information so that we don't have to bog the database down or have to cram too much information on a single record type. So we will kind of dial that in as time goes on. Okay, so we're removing keywords. We're adding the creation expressions for the package keyword information. That's cool. Integer, auto increment, text not null, unique. I wonder if it's better if we assume that the name is unique. Can the name just be the key? I wonder. Hey, Thanos. And we took keywords out here. That's great. Repackage keywords. Yep. Repackage authors. And we got some joins going on in here. We'll have to take a closer look at that code later. Match lambda star. That's cool. Okay, I see. That's nice. You're basically distinguishing them based on the kind value here, which is good. All right, repackage full, select package from ID, and then we read package keywords, read package authors. So we're doing separate queries for those, which is fine. Insert package keywords. So it's interesting. Does SQLite work like this? I guess a database would have to work like this, where you've got a sort of an active result set, and then you're doing other like subqueries almost for each row of the original result set. I guess it must be able to handle that. Insert package keywords on conflict update set. Okay, so yeah, basically just let it be if it's already there. Similar approach. When keywords, insert package keywords. Okay. Normalize author pair. Jeez. Okay, so we basically had to move that same logic out to a separate... No, we have to handle it for pairs and lists. Got it. Read package full. And then now we can display all the information. Cool, cool, cool. Thanks, Trev. That all looks good to me. We're going to merge that in. And then I'll pull it. All right. Trev says, thanks, boss. I'm not the boss. I'm just a coworker. I don't know who the real boss is. I guess the boss is all of you. All right, so let's not close the tab. Thanks, team lead. Okay. I'm tech lead. I'm joking because there's a YouTuber named Tech Lead who's kind of ridiculous. Okay. So we did that. We reviewed Trev's PR. Great, nice. And now we're going to go back into the code base and pull the code. So cool. And I'll press plus sign here to pull. Now we got Trev's changes in the mix. Go back to server. I don't think anything was here. Let's just go ahead and get started by running the server. So geeks shell manifest.scm scripts start server.scm. I believe that's the one we did. Okay. And I probably need to resync everything because of the stuff that Trev did. So sync archives.scm. NBJ says, is this i3WM? No, this is Sway, which looks very similar. Trev says, as a millionaire. Exactly. Writing a Guile scheme application as a millionaire. Tiny Dean says, what Linux distro do you use and what do you suggest for software dev coming from Apple world? Well, I use GNU Geeks, which is very interesting. It's like if you took Nix and then you made it use a Lisp for the configuration language, and then you made it harder to use. Just kidding. But for software dev coming from the Apple world, what do you mean by coming from the Apple world? Like, do you mean like as a person who currently develops from Apple, what do you use somewhere else? Or what do you use in the Apple world? I mean, I guess these days you should probably use Swift if you're writing apps on Apple platforms, because Swift is a better language than Objective-C. Now, I've never used either of Swift or Objective-C, but I think that Swift is probably a lot more modern and nicer to use than Objective-C. Okay, so let's run the server. Localhost 8080. Boom, look at the package listing. And then which ones of these actually have? Does the note have any tags, keywords? We're about to find out. Keywords none, but the authors and maintainers does show up. Thanks, Trev. That's great that this actually does show up now. We'll have to do some formatting on that. Diff view has keywords, convenience. Nice. All right, so we can definitely start doing some keyword searches in a moment. We'll try to do that interactively using the REPL. Let's see. Tiny Dean says, yes, I use MacBook Pro for front end in Angular and backend in Java. Backend in Java. Well, there's any number of things you could use for backend. Java's fine, I guess. Let me think about that for a second. So what languages should one use for back-end or front-end development? Well, for back-end, I think that right now, probably the most popular languages would be maybe JavaScript and Go. People use a lot of other languages for back-end. Maybe Python is pretty popular too. But I know there's a lot of Go being used on back-end web development these days. And JavaScript is pretty good. Like, you know, the platform or the ecosystem, let's say, gets a lot of flack for, you know, the great fragmentation of packages and the lack of quality sometimes. But as a single language that you can use across both the back end and the front end, it's quite effective, in my opinion. I've enjoyed writing JavaScript in a lot of ways. So I would suggest that one as a good back end and front end language. But yeah, I think Trev says Java is fine and stares into the void. Yes, that's what I just did, right? Scott B says Rust. I'm not as interested in Rust as a backend language because backend work often requires dealing with a lot of sort of unstructured data that's coming in from clients or that you're getting from other services that maybe your backend interacts with. So, you know, Rust is very structured. It's very strict in terms of typing, in terms of memory usage. I kind of feel like it is going to create a lot more work for you than necessary. A language like Go is meant for this kind of plumbing work. So I think Go could be a lot more effective for back-end work than Rust. But JavaScript is also really, really flexible. And especially if you use like TypeScript on top to get optional typing whenever you need to have some structure in your code base, it could be a lot better. Let me see. What else do I have to say on that topic? So yeah, even as someone who hasn't written very much Go, I would probably recommend using Go because there's going to be a lot of resources out there about how to write a backend in Go. And it is somewhat native coding. It's interesting from that perspective. So maybe it's a good language to give a shot to try for backend development. But then you really can't go wrong with JavaScript or Python for backend development these days either, because there's a ton of resources for those as well. All right. Sorry there, had to do a little bit of a content brain. Where are we? Oh, hell no. I didn't start recording. Well, that was a waste. Somebody remind me to start recording. Well, I guess you got your answer anyway. So let's keep moving. Let's do it over. Do you really want me to do that again? Thanos says, this looks really nice. Do you plan to mirror those repositories on some kind of a local cgit instance as well? You mean for the project I'm working on right now? Not yet. Maybe. I'm not opposed to it. That's for sure. Which recommendation for a distro for work? I need to use a work laptop with Linux. Yeah, probably Ubuntu is the best to get started with. Actually, proprietary software with a subscription model. There we go. That's the way we need to be thinking here, Trev. We got to make the big bucks. All right. So let's get back to it. So what we need to do is get everything set up for REPL-based development. Now, we got a few things going on here. First of all, we've got this main route handler that needs to be updatable in real time. So if I were to start making a list of what we need, let's see. Updatable. Is this large enough? Should I increase the screen size? Let's see, just default text scale increase. Is that a bit better, maybe? Maybe that's too big. It looks okay. Update main route handler. I kind of have a thought that I would like to break out route handlers into their own separate procedures so they can be composed together, but maybe that's something to do later because then we're starting to get into over optimization. We're not really over optimization so much as premature design. We may not need it. So update route handlers live. What else? Update page view procedures. Update database queries. Let's see what else. Update style sheet. So I think that's pretty much it for now. Like that's the main things that we would want to be able to update as we start working on parts of the application. If other people can think of something too, let me know. Any way to do what we mentioned with Benoit, bootstrapping the REPL so that's loaded with necessities? Yeah, I think that initial REPL setup. So we were doing a lot of discussion on the project on System Crafter's IRC over the weekend because actually it seems people have been watching the stream recordings, which surprises me. Thank you to all of you who've been watching and giving feedback offline. I appreciate it. I'm definitely interested to hear from people who are watching the recordings after the fact. Cal says, I'm 2 minutes behind at 1.5x. Let me start talking faster and see how that goes for you. So yeah, we probably need a way to have an initial REPL setup so that you can easily jump in and start hacking on things whenever you connect. But let's see. We'll have to take a look at how we might set that up. All right. So to do the things that we need to do, we should probably discuss how to effectively make things reloadable in Scheme. Let me think about how I want to approach this discussion. So the best way to make things reloadable in Scheme is to put them behind procedures. And the reason why I say that is that Scheme is not like Common Lisp, in that when you reevaluate a procedure in Common Lisp, it usually becomes available immediately to all the code that's already trying to directly call that procedure. So whenever, it really depends on the context, but let's say you have a Lambda, like this Lambda right here. So when we define this handler procedure, this main handler procedure for the entire web server, and we have a Lambda in here that is being constructed, what it's doing is creating a closure over any of the stuff that is being defined in here. So let's say that spawn co-op REPL server was our own procedure, and it was defined somewhere, well, maybe in a scope above, let's say, but not in global scope. Global scope is okay, I think, in some cases. But anyway, basically what I'm trying to say is that in certain cases, we're going to end up capturing the value of a binding, which may contain a procedure. And if you try to reload that procedure, or sorry, reevaluate that procedure, redefine that procedure, the code that is using the procedure may still be using the older version because it captured the value of that procedure rather than having a sort of a live binding that can be updated over time. So you have to be a little bit careful about that. I think that the code in this procedure is fine though, but we'll just have to be a little bit careful about how we develop our code so that, and also how we redesign it a little bit now so that it can be properly reloadable at runtime. So the way that we start up the server is we're calling this run server procedure that is part of Guile Fibers, and we're giving it a handler. So in this case, we're passing this handler procedure directly to run server. Now, this is a good example of what I was just talking about because we're passing the procedure as a value and not as a binding. So right here, we're giving handler to run server, and it's going to be using that to handle all incoming web requests. So if we were to reevaluate handler itself here, then the procedure value that was given to run server will not get updated because it's holding on to the old version of the handler procedure. So in Common Lisp, I think that might be different. It might actually, well, it depends on how you pass it. You can't really pass a function as a value as easily, I guess, as you can with Scheme, because Scheme just lets you, hand a binding to something else and it just gives it as a value, but I digress. The point here is that because we're passing handler by value to run server, or as a reference, let's say, we have to basically, anything we want to change that is the behavior of handler has to be hidden behind another procedure call so that we can reevaluate that other procedure, redefine the other procedure so that the existing handler can have its behavior updated over time. I guess another way to look at it is you need sort of an indirection from a part of code that is not easy to reload to adapt it to a part of code that you want to be reloadable, okay? Does that make sense? Some kind of dispatching. Yes, that's exactly right. So in this case, Cal says Surfy 111 boxes. Is that something? Yeah, Guile has a concept of something called variables that does something similar, but I think it's only used in modules. What is a Surfy 111? Objects with a single mutable state. Can you call straight through them though, or do you have to do something weird to do it? Yeah, you have to unbox it. I mean, I kind of feel like it's a little bit overkill. I can see how it'd be useful for some things, but I don't know that I would want to use it like that. So handler itself needs to not have any of this special functionality baked inside of it. We need to take everything out. Handler itself needs to call into something else to do the actual route handling. So first, what I would do is take this whole bit right here out and put it into a define. You can pass by not value. What does that mean? You mean pass? Well, I don't know. Okay. handle route, let's say. I mean, basically it's the same thing again. So I'm just gonna throw this in here. Come on now. There we go. All right, so I've got handle route here. And I'll just say handle route request body. Now this is what gives us that indirection that will enable us to update the handle route procedure. Now that name is terrible. I don't really like that name. But yeah, I mean, you could fun call it. I think, I'm not sure if you can do that as easily in Scheme as you can in Common Lisp. And that's not really schemey, I think. I wouldn't do it that way. All right, so start server is calling handler. In fact, handler itself should probably just be a lambda. So let me just undo what I did, because now I'm realizing there's a better way. All right, so here we're going to have a lambda. And that was what? Request body. Good God. The typing is going great today. All right, so here we go. I'm going to rename this to handle request. Now, this REPL setup stuff, this may not be the right way to do this. We'll have to think about this in a moment. We tried it one time before and it didn't work out so well, but I think that maybe I was doing it in a ineffective way. So we'll think about that in a second. But still, we have the ability to update routes in real time. And if we were to try to do this, let's see, let me think. What I want to do is look at our start server script. I kind of want to pass along or yeah, I think if I just do a listen on this, it probably would be enough, right? So -s. Let me check the params on that. Listen equals port. So if P is not given, the default is local port 37146. All right. Let's put listen on there. Let's just see if we can connect in with the REPL. All right, so geyser, whoops. Fancy term is great. Run geyser, oops, I don't want to do it that way. Yes, geyser connect local. Not a socket. Geyser connect. 37146, starting REPL. Okay, so we're in the REPL. But let's see if we can actually change anything that's running in the live website. Localhost 8080. All right, so we got emaxpackages.com. Let me go and add a new route just for funsies. A procedure bind address already in use. Which one is already in use? Oh, the REPL server. All right, let me kick that code out real quick. Because maybe that's overriding it. Start a REPL in its own thread with listen. Yeah. That's what we will do. I tried to do that with fibers, but it didn't work the last time I tried it. So we're gonna try it a different way. All right, so load that, and then back in the geyser REPL, Control C, Control Z. Okay, and then let's see. Backend server.scm. I want to add another handler. Let's just put it to index view. Just to see. I'm going to reevaluate that, and then I'm going to reload the main page. But I'm also going to go to foo. It says not found. So another thing we can try to do is drop a little format line in there. Let's just make sure that this is working the way we expect it to. All right, so it's not printing that out. So this is not being reloaded correctly, which makes me think that when I restarted the REPL, it probably didn't restart it the right way. So let's kill that. Wrong type to apply. That's interesting. It must have been connected. All right, so now I'm going to try to do this again. Okay, so it makes me wonder how this is actually... I don't think it's like thread local. It wouldn't make sense to be thread local. So lambda request body. Well, let's put something. We'll start the server again, maybe. Do I need to put a slash at the end? No. Okay. So handle request, lambda request body, handle request, request body. I mean, clearly the listen is working because I'm connecting to the REPL. Is it because I'm evaluating in the wrong place? Let's try this. I thought geyser handled that correctly. Okay, so that didn't help either, it seems. So what I did in the REPL is I changed to the site server module so that I can reevaluate the procedures there, but it doesn't seem to be making a difference. Let me see what I see from handle request here. Check this out. So handle request. Oh, it doesn't tell me the memory location. Guile procedure memory. I don't know. I want to get the unique value of handle request. So how about this? Define foo handle request. Foo. All right. Now I'm going to reevaluate handle request. They're not the same anymore. So it has been reevaluated, but for some reason it's not being... So maybe that's what's happening here? Because handle request is a top level define, you would think that it would be replaceable. I'm going to restart the server. And we're going to take a little look. Okay. So foo works in that case. That is not really a surprise. The output should be there also. Got a request at whatever. All right. Request URI. If I reload that. Yeah, same thing. It's weird that it's not working, but I wonder if it has something to do with fibers. I mean, we were starting the REPL server here. If you could pass immutable values, then you largely ignore threading until much later, if at all. Yeah. So let's try a different approach. We tried this once before. It didn't really seem to work, but let's try it again. All right, so we now are going to let the go back and reconnect the REPL. All right, if I reevaluate that, go back into the terminal. Yeah, still not updating the contents of this procedure, which is really strange to me. With the built-in web server, not with fibers. Yeah, I don't know what fibers could be doing that would make it different. I've changed the format output in this procedure. If it gets reevaluated, then it should be updated. Jazzy says that definitely worked for me with web server, run server, both with HTTP and fibers implementation. But here the fibers run server procedure. Okay. Kind of weird if we had to change it, but I think like what would be the case? Do I have to like dispatch over to the fiber for the web server to make this work? It'd be kind of ridiculous to do that. So, I mean, that's something we can try. But we don't really have control over the server itself. Let me just look at the fibers docs. So Guile fibers. No schedulers. That doesn't make any sense. Shouldn't there be one? Seems like there should be a scheduler if we've got something running to serve a web server. Are there examples? Oh, okay, it just doesn't work. Web server backend. Whereas in fibers, we usually want to run dedicated REPL-like fibers over the client sockets. Fibers backend enables this by passing a callback to the per client loops. So they are running in threads, based on what it's saying here. Are there fiber-aware DB drivers or wrappers? I'm not sure. Probably not yet. Or if it is, it's probably, you know, somebody has written it in their own project and not made it into a library. Enables more parallelism as fibers can run in parallel when you have multiple cores. Single core performance is slightly better. So yeah, we are using the Fibers web server. Yeah, we're using Fibers web server. Do I just need to look at this, like the actual code, and see if I can understand what's happening? Doesn't seem to be a whole lot of code. I do not want to be looking at it like that. Okay, call with SIGINT. Run fiber, spawn fiber, socket loop, socket handler. What is finished? Ah, is it a condition? Okay. Socket loop must be a big procedure with all this stuff inside of it. Socket loop. No, it's not. Except client socket address spawn fiber. So it spawns a fiber for every client connection. It runs this client loop in parallel. Client loop, client handler. And that's the handler that we're passing through all the way, I believe. Isn't it? Set handler. Okay, it's a signal. Where's our handler? Handler. Okay, so handler, socket loop handler. That's the handler that's being passed in by us. That's being passed down to client loop. Read request body. Call with values, key args. Okay, request body, call with values, handle request handler, handle request. Got it. All right, so it's a basic implementation, basic server implementation. Nothing that fancy there. But it is more than likely running on a different thread. So, Guile REPL thread. Run server runs a server in the current thread, whereas spawn server runs a server in a new thread. REPL threads are canceled without unwinding their stacks. Okay, fine. Okay. Procedure must be called from the same thread that called spawn co-op. Oh, okay. All right, so this is kind of important. This procedure must be called from the same thread that called spawn co-op REPL server. Well, what we're doing here will not work because we're spawning it in a fiber, which may or may not be on the same thread that started the whole process, but it's not going to be the same one. Not necessarily going to be the same one that, well, I don't know. It's a fiber. It might be in the same place. I don't know if a fiber can be shifted between threads after it's already spawned. I guess it could be fine, but it still doesn't answer the question. Web server fibers, is something else? That's probably the backend for the existing web framework. All right. All right. Can we try? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Trev. Give me 2 minutes. I'll come back. We'll try it in a minimal example that should help us validate whether it's a problem with fibers or if it's something else that I'm doing that's stupidly wrong. I'll be right back. Trev says monster break. Yes, it's a monster sponsored break that we're taking here. Okay, so let's make a little test application here. Test.scm. Not woof, too far back. Web test web REPL.scm. I don't really care. We're just trying to make a little simple test app. Sponsored breaks now? I wish. Let's just pull up some stuff from here. We don't need all this stuff. I'm just gonna make a really simple application. I don't know what else we need from this. I mean, match doesn't hurt, but maybe. Well, let's leave match in. Ice 9 match. Okay, so we're gonna take this out and make it its own little thing here. We also need to copy the route handling logic. So let's just copy all this. We're gonna get rid of the REPL stuff inside, because I don't think that works the way that I expected it to anyway. So we got a basic server here. Lambda, request, body, values. What was it that we had seen previously? Source, site, util, template. That's not it. Values, content type, there we go. Let's go with that for the moment. Values build response. Let's go with web response. Also web URI, I think it is. Is that right? Web URI, web request, web response. Okay, so that should be enough to run it. So let's go back into the ANSI term, kill this, and instead we're going to run web REPL.scm. Whoops, not that. Guile, web REPL.scm. We're going to say listen also. Okay, so different server. Oh, wait. Unexpected close paren at line 24. Interesting. Okay. That makes sense, actually, because I converted it from a procedure to code running at the top level. Localhost 8080. Make context. Don't need that. Let's simplify this. This is a little bit ridiculous what I'm doing. Okay. Whoa. I think I screwed up the let. Close that. Got the match. Don't close out the match yet. All right, that seems better. Okay, index page, good. All right. So now the question is, can we connect the REPL and reevaluate this procedure? So let's go into Geyser. We're going to use Control-C, Control-Z to reconnect. So it should be reconnected. I'm going to reevaluate that procedure, reload the page. It says it's reloaded, okay? So in this case, it works. And this is the same stuff we were doing before. So it must be something I'm doing wrong. Let's add a new route. Okay, so that should be all good there. Reevaluate, reload, reload it again, /foo. Okay, so that didn't work. And it must have returned a 404. Oh, I think I screwed up the match expression, so let's fix that. Reeval, reload, foo page works. All right, so it's not fibers. Fibers appears to be working the way that we expect it to. So it must be something in my code. Handler, context, body. So why wouldn't mine work then? Got to be the REPL thing. Well, definitely got to delete this part because that's not helping. Plain old listen is working, it seems. We don't need anything fancy on that part. Glenn says, wouldn't be you, David Will. Yeah, apparently it is me. I did something wrong. Okay. So let's just take a look at what the differences are between the code in these two programs. So, well, first of all, okay, there's two things. One is that the code in my server is running in a module, or is being defined in a module. I don't know if that has some effect on it somehow. It's possible. But let's put that aside for a moment. Let's close this to make some space. So we got run server, start server is being run in a procedure in this one and not in a procedure in the other one. I don't really see that as being a problem. Handle request. I mean, I'm moving the REPL to the correct module when I reevaluate this, so it should be getting reevaluated in the right place, but it's possible that it's not. And the implementation of this procedure is a little bit different because I'm doing a little bit of an extra abstraction to introduce this concept of a view procedure that gets invoked. But when I change any of this stuff, it should, like, I keep changing the format string, and it doesn't get changed in the handler. Let's just see if this works here too. Watch this. So get at URL. If I go back into the, wait, let me reevaluate that first. If I go back into the ANSI term, get at URL. So the string does get updated correctly. It wasn't working that way in the code that we wrote. So something's wrong with the code that we wrote that keeps it from being properly reevaluated. I think it's either the module aspect. It can't be threading because in theory it would have had the same issue on this other little simple test application. So it must be something in that's introduced by modules. I don't think there's a way to quickly validate that. Can I just do the same thing here? Never mind. All right, well, let's go back at least and kill the previous server and start up our real server again. And then I need a way to make sure. So Control HK, Control X. This is geyser eval definition. Eval the current definition in the geyser REPL. Question is, does it switch to the right module first? I mean, how's it doing it? What is happening right now? For some reason, things got extremely slow on this machine, and they shouldn't be doing that. I mean, Chromium's just chewing up all the CPU, it seems, for some strange reason. Hey, Yele. Okay, so, man, this is strange. Is it too much code in this file? What's going on? Geyser mode, switch to REPL, try to enter the current buffers module. Switches to geyser REPL and enter the current buffers module. Okay, switch to REPL. So let me try that real quick, just as a way to check it out. So geyser, switch to REPL. Okay, let me cancel that, actually. Yes. So geyser connect. Oh, I forgot to put the start server. Forgot to put the listen back in. Okay, listen's back in here now. We're gonna go back into the ANSI term. We're gonna kill the process, restart it, and then go back into server.scm, and then run the same thing. Geyser mode, switch to REPL. It didn't switch to REPL. Oh. Geyser connect. Got to make sure that it's running in the process. There it is. Switch to REPL. I don't see it in the right module. Geyser REPL switch to module. Site. Server. Okay, that worked. But I had already done that. Exactly that. So I don't see what the difference is. Let's do this. Set handle request false. Still works. It shouldn't work because, well, okay, hold on. It's like it's capturing the value of handle request also. Like here, handle request is almost like it's being captured in the closure, which doesn't really make any sense because it's a top level define inside the module. Let's try this. This is a little bit cheesy, but whatever. Format T. Got an error. Progress. Very bad. It works. It shouldn't work. All right, so handler is new line. Handle request. So let's restart the server. Take out the define. Take it out of the define, like in your example. Yeah, maybe. It's not going to work the same way, but... Lizzie says, hi, not usually watching live, but since it's the case right now, I wanted to thank you for giving me the Guile virus. Yes, I'm glad to infect people with the joy of Scheme. It sounds great, right? Okay, so restart the server. Now let's run this, or reload the page. Okay, so it says it's a procedure. Now if I go back into the REPL again, this will help us validate what's happening. Site server. Okay, so handle request. Set handle request. In theory, this should work. That's supposed to be false now. If I reload the page, it still says it has that handler. But I'm in the module, in the context of the REPL. It's very weird. I don't think it should be happening like that. Because in terms of lexical scope, handle request is not defined in any lexical scope in this procedure. It's something that's being pulled from the quote-unquote global scope, let's say, which means that the binding of handle request should, in theory, be evaluated at the time that the procedure call takes place. So it should always be reaching for the latest value of handle request because that is a top level define in the context of a module. Jazzy says, maybe evaluate the whole buffer with Control-C, Control-B. That's not a bad idea. Control-C, Control-B. Let's try that again. Same thing. It doesn't, well, okay, how about this? Because I just redefined it. So set handle request false. Control-C, Control-B. Yeah, even that doesn't do anything. And let's also try changing something inside of the procedure. Get is Control-C, Control-B. Yeah, so even the text that I'm writing isn't being changed in the REPL. If I take this out, well, that's not going to work. If I take it out, that is always going to be there because it's kind of baked into the Lambda at that point. But yeah, nothing seems to be working, which is really bizarre to me. And it must have something to do with Guile modules. Where is start server called? It's being called in the start server script. So that's the script file I'm using to launch the server. It just pulls in site server and calls the start server procedure inside the main procedure. Let's see, using the Guile REPL. That's not exactly. Hey, Connor. REPL servers. That's not what we really wanted either. On the fly evaluation, I don't think that's it either. That's really weird. I'm trying to think like what else we can do. Which geyser are we in currently? Let's quit out of this one. And let's get out of the other one too. I don't know which one this is. Okay, that's fine. So back over in server.scm, I'm going to geyser connect one more time. Seems to be connected. What else could I do to validate this? Each module has its own hash table, sometimes known as an ob-array, that maps the names defined in that module to their corresponding variable objects. A variable is a box-like object that can hold any scheme value. Said to be undefined if this box holds a special blah, blah, blah. They're created and bound implicitly by defined expressions. The top-level defined expression of the form defined name value creates a variable with the initial value and binds it to the name. Now, variable set. I wonder if that's part of what's happening here. It would be a little bit weird. Do I have to pull this in from a module? No. Let's try that. So m site server. Okay, so handle request. Now, if I were to say variable set handle request nil, not nil, jeez, what am I thinking? Let's see. Okay, it's expecting a box, but it's getting handle request. How do I refer to that then? Variables do not have a read syntax. Most commonly, they are created and bound implicitly by defined expressions. That's the thing, though. I don't know if variables only get exported. So inside of a module, it may not be that the binding has a variable inside of it. So the definition of handle request may be a normal definition inside the context of the module, but outside of the module, it may be a variable. But that's kind of irrelevant here because all this code is supposed to be happening within the context of a module. Now, there's another way to look at this. What if I move the route handling to another module from start server? It seems a little bit cheesy, but it might be the only way to make this work. Or yeah, let's try this, okay? Let's just try this, routes.scm. I don't necessarily like this, but the way things are going at the moment, it makes me a little bit concerned. Let's get rid of that. I've got the CSS stuff here, so let's just grab all that. Basically what I'm trying to do is move the route handling to its own module so that we can make use of the box functionality of module exports to solve this problem for ourselves, because something weird is happening. Something weird is definitely happening. Handle request is going to be the name of the export here. And we don't need fibers. Yep, we don't need fibers here. We need these. We have match twice, which is really cute. Surfy 9, I don't think we need here. Surfy1, maybe. Okay, so backend server, I think I can get rid of timers, get rid of the REPL stuff, get rid of anything view related. Context we probably need to keep, maybe. DB, I don't think we need. DB open, yikes. Yeah, okay. Probably need to pass the context then to the handler at the top then. Handler request. So maybe I need to break some things up a little bit. CTX make context request. Okay, so this is going to have to take a context then. We'll do this, CTX. And this will be done at the level of the server so that the database can be passed through. Start server, run server. Yeah, for every request, we're going to have a new context. So let's create a context here. So let. All right, we got that. And then inside. Now that's start server. Let's just delete that stuff. We don't need that anymore. Start server, listening on localhost. We need to pull in use module site routes. Okay. Now CTX is being passed through here. We don't need to make it. Handler CTX body. And then we can take out the DB and context there. Fiverr web server, ICE9 match. We don't need match. We don't really even need the other two, I think. Whatever, any of these, in fact. Match again, record types, Surfy1, probably not. Okay. So I think I should be able to restart. Oh, wait. Routes. I think I should be able to restart the server now. Okay, and then go back to, all right, emaxpackages.com, handler is. Let's see, if I go into routes and I change this log statement and reevaluate, does it work? Let's not do anything special. I'm just gonna reeval. Oh, no geyser, fine. Geyser connect. Got it running. Reeval, reload. And go look at the ANSI term. Okay, it worked. Let me take it back out again. Reload. And then, okay, so now reevaluation is working. So reevaluation across or inside of a module seems to be problematic. It seems that inside of a module, you may end up with top level defines being captured in closures in a way that doesn't allow you to reload things the way that you would expect. I'm not exactly sure of the reasoning for that. Trev says, I'd remove the run server out of the define first. Well, I can't really do that because server.sem is an API for starting the server that is being used by the script. Now I can try to run it directly, sure, but I don't know. I feel like what we just did though is okay because we're leveraging the box capabilities of module exports to help us to create an indirection on this procedure so that we can reload it dynamically. Yeah, it's solved okay enough, I think. So, with the power of Monster, anything is possible? Yeah, I guess so. So now, let's see. Handle request. We've got everything pulled in the way we wanted, and I can check the foo route. Well, I think I just changed pages again. Let me just get rid of some stuff here, actually. Close that. And close all those. Reload. Let's go to the foo subpage. Okay, so foo is there. If I go here and delete foo now, reevaluate this handler, Now I get a 404. Good. So now we can actually start doing live development on the page of the site an hour and a half later, after we dealt with all of the annoying aspects of how modules work. I'm gonna have to ask somebody on that. Maybe Dave will know something about that. All right. So the first thing I think we can try to do is make a page for rendering keywords. So what about this? Keywords index view. We'll see if we can do this live. Keywords. I don't know if I want to go with ID or name here. Probably name though. Keywords detail view. Okay. That should be enough for now, right? Just to have those two to show that we can do this live. So, let's go into the module here. So views keyword.scm. And I want to copy what I did on package.scm a little bit. I'm going to go grab all of the stuff here at the top. All right, so site views keyword. Let's just go and do a little find and replace package keyword. There we go. No. All right. Define keyword index view. And that's going to be ETX and what was it? Body. Okay. Now, we can just return something very basic at first. So values, let me just grab this. Why not just copy and paste? Okay. And we don't need a table for this. We just need a listing of keywords. It'd be kind of interesting to know how many packages are marked with a particular keyword. Maybe we can do that later. For now, we'll just have a bogus thing to put in there. Keyword, keywords. Now, what do we do for, let's see. We do anything special with keywords, package keywords? Okay, we don't have a list keywords, that's fine. List packages, let me just copy and paste this packages to make a list keywords, or list package keywords. I think that's right? Package keyword. Yeah. And then package keyword probably only has ID and name. Package keyword ID name. All right, cool. So there's this ID and name. We're going to take that out. And I think we're just going to return name on all these, because there's really not a reason to return the ID at all. So we're just going to return name here. That's going to be the whole map operation for that. If reload module would have worked, I don't know, maybe. All right, so package keywords. Now we haven't reloaded or redefined any of this stuff yet, so we're about to get a real big surprise that some of this won't be working. Well, let's just see. I'm going to reload. Oh, yeah, we need to even reload the exports too. So I'm going to reload this. I'm also... let's just try some stuff. We're gonna see if we can make this work. I'm not sure if it's gonna work. Live, I mean. We may have to restart the server once, but let's just see if we can make it work. So keyword index view. We have site views keyword. I'm gonna eval the define module expression for this. No code for module. Oh, let me just do the whole buffer. Control C, Control B. Whoa, sorry. Is that not right? Control C, Control B. Unmatched bracket or quote. Okay, fine. I must have lost a... So keywords. Let's just finish what we did here. Keyword. Okay. Package name, package. Same thing, keyword. Okay. That map lambda is done. The map itself is done. The table, I think we're missing a TR, aren't we? Did I screw that up? Oh no, okay. The TRs are all here. That's inside the table, the div, render page, the values, and the define. So that all looks fine now. So let's do Control C, Control B. No code for module. Well, the code is right there, buddy. I mean, what you want me to do? We can also copy the detailed view for package. And this is where we'll try to load all the packages that are marked with that keyword. So that might be another kind of list view. But first, we'll just delete all that stuff. Values, if package, okay, that seems to be right. That seems to be right. So we'll change this to keyword detail view. Read package full. So package, no, we don't need that. We don't need that either, really. Packages with keyword. This is the worst wording I could do, probably. I don't really care. We'll make it all better later. So, okay, so now we got this procedure that has too many parens. That values is good. I got another values here. Let's get rid of that because we won't end up with a 404 at the moment. We'll fix that later. Control C, Control B to reeval the buffer. Site models keyword. Oh, site models keyword. There you go. We don't. That was right. The error message was correct. Unbound variable packages. That's also true. Package keyword packages. This is going to be keywords. Keyword index view. Keywords. Now what we're missing. List package keywords. CTX DB CTX. Okay. Keywords. I think that will get our define back in place. Control C, Control B, CTX DB. Oops, yeah, context DB. List package keywords. Okay, cool. So list package keywords is not found because we have not re-exported that in the models library. Now, it kind of makes me wonder if some of these things should be using define public. If I use Control C, Control B, I hope that it will, wait, I need to add that export actually. List package keywords. Let's add that export, Control C, Control B. All right, so that's been reevaluated. If I go back to the keyword.scm file for these views. Control-C, Control-B, possibly unbound variable package keywords. So I'm not pulling in use module site model, what's it called? Models package. I need to pull that in. So Control-C, Control-B. All right, now it seems to find that binding, which is a good sign. It means that we added a new binding to a module. We were able to evaluate it and potentially get it to show up whenever we create a new module dynamically. So this keyword module, we're creating it entirely in the context of this running REPL session. We haven't actually restarted the server yet. So if I go back to routes, now we have to add use module site views keyword. And then Control-C, Control-B to reload everything, possibly unbound variable keywords detail view. Let me go check the keyword page again. Gotta export those. Keywords, okay. So keyword index view, oh wow. So packages, all right. Maybe I need to change my naming then. I kind of like the singular form of that though. Maybe I should change it for package. Yeah, okay. We're gonna do that. Control-C, Control-B, everything there should be fine. So now the question is, are we gonna actually see that show up when I go to the keywords page? Cool. Clearly I did not wire something up correctly. So let me go back into keyword.scm, keyword, probably right around here. Yeah, I didn't splice that. So I'm gonna use Control-Alt-X just to re-eval this particular procedure. Then we're gonna go back in the browser and reload, boom. All right, good. So, okay, we're making progress. We actually did just add a whole new route with page rendering to the site in the REPL without having to restart it. That's a good start, right? So let's see if we can look at one of the, oh wait, hold on. Okay, yeah, some packages are adding their own names or package names as keywords, which is kind of interesting. If I click tools, it must be crashing. Wrong number of arguments to procedure keyword detail view. Let me just see what I did wrong there. Keyword detail view. Do I need, oh, this is a procedure that returns a, that returns a procedure. Yeah, okay, fine. So if I go back to routes, I need to do this. All right, so I'll re-evaluate handle requests. I'll reload this page, packages with keyword tools, boom. Okay, good. So that was not too bad. And at least the way that Fibers is handling the web requests, if the handler itself throws an exception, at least it doesn't bring the whole server down. So that's promising. So let's keep going. Now that we've seen that we can actually add something in real time, probably, let's see, there's a number of ways we can go. Either we could try to start improving the overall look of the site, because right now it's awful. I could try to do some live CSS hacking on it to make it a bit better. Not to make it look great, just to make it readable, because right now it's not that readable. Or I can try to load up the database query stuff for keywords to actually list all the packages that are marked with a particular keyword. One thing I can definitely do is go to the views index and say, check out the package listing, H3, view packages by keyword. And here I would actually break this in half. I think that's right? Reload that and go back to the main page, and I should see the new text on, yeah, okay, there we go. Keyword, that did work. But I need to go and fix that spacing because I screwed that up. So let me just put a little space in, reeval this procedure, and reload the page. And now the space is there. So yeah, we're able to do that. That's good. So on the CSS side, let's make sure that we can do reloadable CSS. What did I do in routes? So in routes, I have this render CSS procedure, and it's caching. Hey, MiniKN, nice to see you. It's caching the output of the previous render of CSS. Now, I suppose this could be one of the same situations that we saw before, okay? Because this is an internal definition, it could be that, actually, let's try something, little experiment. I'm gonna copy that and paste it just so we have the color. I'm gonna change the color anyway, but let's just change the background color to red. It's going to be horrible. FFOOOO, right? I'm going to redefine render CSS. I'm going to reload the page, and it didn't change. And the reason why is because this cache CSS is still defined as false. Let me, cache CSS has a string in it because we cached the previous generation of CSS. Let me try to reeval this cache CSS to false and see if it redoes it. Okay, oof, that's killing me. All right, I can't look at that. So at least in the context of this module, since we didn't do any actual variable capture, the behavior is more or less correct. Yeah, I'm sure that that wasn't really nice for anybody. Sorry I flashbanged you. I'll go back and reload everything and then reload the page. So now the CSS is back. So we are able to do CSS changes while the site's running too. Now, can we quickly pick a better color palette for the site? Super fast color palettes generator. Let's just cheat. There's two ways I can cheat on this. One is using a color palette website, and the other is going to steal all the colors from an Emacs theme. But maybe let's just go with this first. Start the generator. Okay. Would you stop that? I don't need a tutorial. Click on the lock icon to keep it. Continue by locking colors. Okay, fine. Thank you. So, let me pick something. No. Let's just hit the spacebar a little bit until we get something that looks Emacs-y. No. I don't like that light blue background though, but this could be okay. Kind of a purplish overall thing. Let me copy this color. Can I do that? Can I just copy the text, please? Does that work? Color copy to the keyboard. Background color. No. I want the hex code, dude. There we go. Where is it? Name? No. There we go. Is that it? Okay. So well, let's see. Can I take out the cache stuff? I'm trying to think, like, what's the best way to do this? I suppose I could just reload the whole module. Okay, that seemed to work. So what are the other colors that I want to pull in here? Probably this needs to be the text color so that it's readable. Nice flashbang theme. Thank you, Trev. I know. You always love it when I flashbang everyone. Control-C, Control-B, and I'll go back into main page. That's a bit more readable. I don't really like the colors, though. It's a little bit too blue on that. Maybe let's try a different one. So far, I'm not super psyched about it. And I want to have it be more of a light theme site, I guess. They say you could change the color temperature. Adjust palette, temperature, warmer. Yeah, I saw that. I didn't like that. Which one is it? Okay, lavender. We could start with that one and see. So we're gonna put this as the background color. And this one, well, let's see. What should be the text color? Could it be this, or is it gonna be too light? Make it look like the default. I did apply it, Yabo. So let's reload the page. Yuck, can't read that. Whoa, I'm sorry folks, I keep hitting the wrong workspace keys. So this needs to be a lot darker, I think. Let's go to HSL. Let's drop that luminance down. That's probably good enough. We gotta go back to Picker though, to save it. Now I'll go back and reload the page. That's readable. It's okay so far. I'm not like super excited about it, but whatever. It's better than it was. For links, rose quartz could work. You want to saturate that a little bit more? I don't know. Let's copy it first and see what it does. Go back here to, do I have an A? Okay, so we got A. Let's just go and paste this in. Reload the buffer. Oh, okay, that's the visited. Can I make an alternative for, how do you duplicate a color? Save color, drag. Oh, I could have hit view shades. That would have been nice. Copy. Oh, copy hex. Okay. Palette variations, check contrast. There's no way to like add another one. Okay, whatever. Copy hex, drag. Check contrast. This site is too hip. Yeah, it's a little bit too hip. Peter says, why not steal the colors from your Emacs theme? I don't want it to look like the System Crafter's website. I want it to look, you know, like its own thing. Okay, so let's look at the variations here. Maybe that, whoa. Click the wrong thing. There we go. For a visited, is that what it's called? Visited? Where did that go? Unmatched bracket. I must have screwed something up here. Got that. It needs to wrap the unless. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit too light. Themable site using Emacs themes. That actually is not a bad idea. That'd be kind of cool. So package listing. At least we can read the damn thing. But this color should be darker, that's for sure. Hey, Techno. Interesting approach to design. Typically, you'd mock it out in a more graphics tool like Figma first. Yeah, I don't really do things like that. I'm just trying to get some colors in to make it readable so that we can proceed with actually working on it. So why are these not colored? Oh, it's because it's only hover and focus. Do I just need to do that? Is that what the problem is? There we go. They're way too light. All right. So if I go back to the color palette deal, which color did I use for that? I probably should have a different approach to theming here, but whatever. Who knows? Okay. Probably should flip those colors, actually. So this one I'll put here, and then I'll take this and delete that and put that here. Now we can see which ones have been visited. This is still a little bit too light, but whatever. We can go with that for now. Bad contrast. It's fine. If you want to improve the CSS of the site, please feel free to send a PR. So also I need to make this not be stuck to the side of the page. So we're probably going to have to add some extra stuff to the default page rendering logic. So if I go to util template, we have our basics here. And it's just a regular old body. For the purpose of this project, I think we kind of do want to have like a header and a footer for every page. That could be optional. And we're going to just stuff them in here for now, just to make everything work. So I want to take a look at what I do on the System Crafter site. Because even in here, I'm using SXML. So let's see, header container, so site header. All right, here we go. Div class container. LSN, excuse me, can't speak. Background color is a problem. If you want to use light colors, yes. I don't want to use light colors necessarily. I'm just picking something that looks a little bit better, but yes, it's not good. This is a gradual process. We're just, figuring things out as we go. Like I said, if people have suggestions for colors, I'm more than happy to try them out. So div class container, I've got all this sort of extra stuff. So probably do need at least that. So inside of body div, and let me split the window a little bit here so I can take a look at what I did before. So class container, then we're going to drop the body inside, at least for now. We need a way to margin right auto, padding left, padding right, cool. So we can drop that over in our CSS. Just need a way to make the site constrain a little bit. So that was in routes, which we should probably change that to styles and pull that in from somewhere else. We'll do that in a little bit, probably. So that is a rule for container. Probably drop it in right around here. Dot container. And then I think we can just do dot container. We don't need to have the whole list. Margin right would be auto. Margin left would be auto. Padding right would be 0.75 REM. I wonder if that's okay. It will work. Yeah. Forgot to put the wrapping around that. Padding left will be 0.75 REM. And that still should match up. No, need that. And then what lambda is this? Okay. All right. Unmatched bracket. Must have missed something somewhere. Okay, so that's the container. Say what? Okay, I think that was a problem. Now let's reload the page. Still doesn't do the right thing. Let's check the CSS output and see. Oh, right. I didn't go and re-evaluate. Where is it? Template. Re-eval that procedure, unbalanced parens. All right, good. So got the body. This is because we added the extra nesting. All right, so let's reload this page. I saw something move. We do have the container here. That's good to know. So I do see that the style has been applied. If I click on this, we can see here, which you may not be able to see because it's very small. Okay, that helped. That the CSS that we put in is here now. We just need to adjust the page, I think. So I think that the media query stuff that I have, probably want to take some of this stuff as well. Like the root thing. I don't really know how needed that is, but we're going to put it anyway. So I'll just drop this in here. It's going to be interesting if that will be treated as something special, or how can I escape? Maybe I can do it like that. I wonder if it'll work. Box sizing, border box, and that's it, right? For that one. Okay, did I screw anything up? Did it load? Let me check the actual CSS output. Okay, it's in there. Cool. Good. So media queries, we didn't really get working yet. Logo, row, video, list form. I don't know that we're using it yet. HTML, logo. Yeah, we're changing the font sizes with it. That does make sense. The IRC widget on the System Crafter's live page stopped working. Uh-oh. Can't open this page. That's weird. Thanks, Peter, for letting me know. Okay, so we've got the container max width. So I have this in multiple places. Apparently I do. I don't know why I did that. So in container, we're going to change this to be max width. Reload the page, reload that page, and that's better. Now, I don't like that too much, so we're going to change this to maybe 55. Whoops, 55. Still pretty narrow. Is the System Crafter site actually that narrow? No. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the font size, the main font size. Did I set that here yet? Font size 16px. Maybe turn it to 18 for now. I don't know. All right. So it at least is more readable. We managed to do all that without having to do any reloads of the server itself, which is cool. Tony says 2 a.m. hype. Is it 2 a.m. where you are? That's pretty early in the morning. Or late. Okay. So it's looking better. I think this is okay for now. I'm satisfied that it doesn't look like total garbage at the moment. That's good. So let's get back to the keyword queries, because I would like to see what packages there are with the keyword languages. So if we were to do that, we can go into keyword.sem. What we would need is to have a procedure. Packages. Let's see. What would we call that? If I go over to the package models module, How about list packages by keyword? I don't know if list is the appropriate verb. Maybe query. All right, so I could probably steal what read package keyword, select package keyword name from package keywords, join package keyword on keyword ID where package ID. All right, so maybe is it like just the opposite way around? Since we do have binds here, I can't just use the plain old DB select unless we improve how we do that. All right, so select star from packages. Is that right? Oh, so let packages SQLite finalize statement. Kind of just want to do a map on that. Yeah. Right, so proc and statement. And proc in this case would be a lambda. Takes a package row. Let's just put it here. And we need to finalize the statement too, so we're gonna have to save the result. It's getting a little bit gross. Probably need some kind of helper function to simplify this a little bit. All right. So let's see. We're almost there, I think. Let me know if I'm doing anything wrong in here. Anyone who's watching and paying attention to what I'm doing. Join package keyword on keyword ID. Keyword name. No. Wait. Join package on package ID equals ID, right? Where keyword name. Is that correct? Select package keyword dot name from package keywords. Join package keyword on keyword ID where package. Yeah, this is backwards, right? Like we're getting all the keywords for a given package, but now we're going to do it the opposite way. We're getting all the packages for the keywords. So join package keyword on keyword ID where package ID. Okay. But that's wrong because it needs to be joining on package keywords, right? Wait, hold up. I'm really confused. Select package keyword dot name from package keywords? Because package keywords is the relation table. What is ID here? It's an integer. Not really that important. So join package keyword. Package ID equals ID where keyword name package. Where's keyword name? Keyword ID. Ah, right. I got it. We need the keyword ID first. That's the problem. So we got to look up the keyword ID to do the join effectively. Because we don't know that outright. Understood. Where keyword ID equals keyword ID. All right, so we need that first. Damn, can't do it that way either. Read package. Read keyword by name, DB keyword. Gotcha. Okay, so select star from package keyword where name equals name or keyword, right? Pretty sure that's right. Find arguments. Okay, so result, step statement, ID, name. And we just want the one, right? Okay, so we're setting the result on that. We're finalizing, returning the result. I'm just going to say read keyword ID by name. Now, in the join condition, yeah. Let's see, read keyword ID by name. I could be doing this totally wrong too, so people should please feel free to let me know if there's a more efficient way to do this in terms of databases. Because like I say, I'm not a database expert. So we got keyword ID. Keywordoid. All right, so we're keyword ID, it's keyword ID, select star from packages. Join package. That's wrong. Keywords. There we go. keyword ID. Sorry, what? I got it, got it. Package ID is ID, got it. Join package keywords on package ID equals ID, where keyword ID equals keyword ID. All right. Hopefully that's right. Package ID is ID. Right. Package author name, package author, blah, blah, blah from packages. Join package authors on. You might need to flip the package ID equals ID. Let's see. Or prefix with a table name. Let me just read what you're doing on the other one here, Trev. For package ID, is ID. So we're trying to select packages here. No, we're selecting package authors in this one. Package author.id. Packages.id. Join package authors on packages.id. Table is called package keywords singular, isn't it? Package keywords is the relation table, but I might be making a mistake here that I need to do another join like Trev is doing here. So if I were to copy this and just drop it up here at the top. So the first one is on package keywords. Packages.id. Equals package keywords dot package ID. If I can learn to type today. And then join package keyword on package keywords. Hold up. Packages.id equals package keywords at package ID. Join package keyword on package keywords. Keyword ID equals yeah, I'm not sure. Let me double check this. Package author ID. Oh, keyword ID. Don't we already have that? Package keywords on packages ID. So we're forming a relation between the packages table to package keywords. And package keywords is just a relation table that has package ID and keyword ID. So we're saying we're joining it so that we're following the relation of package ID through to the package keywords ID. Then we got to get the package keyword itself on package keywords, keyword ID to package keyword ID, right? That's it. There we go. Okay, now I got it. Where keyword ID is keyword ID. Got it. Okay, I think that's it, right? Now, let me eval that. Okay, unbound variable read keyword ID by name. I need to go find that one too. By name. Let's hop into the REPL. Just to test this out. We saw that there was one called languages, so let's just try that one. What is it? Site models package. Read keyword ID by name. Ooh, I don't have the DB. Snap. Interesting. I can call DB init. Too many keywords? You're right, Glenn. It is too many. DB open, yeah. So use, well, we already have DB, right? So DB open. All right, so we do have that. Let me drop back down to the... All right, so read package, sorry, read keyword by ID by name, DB open, and languages. 7. What about, let's look at another one real quick just to make sure that we're getting something. MPD 28. All right, okay, that seems to be working. The next one is list packages by keyword. List packages by keyword. And that would be languages. Okay, so ambiguous column name ID. Let me try to rerun that just in case I did something else wrong. Okay, same thing. Ambiguous column name ID. Where is that coming from? Did I no, it's the right thing. Ambiguous column name ID. I don't know where... Are we talking about packages.id? So package keyword does have an ID, right? Yeah, ID. Unless SQL table names, yeah. I'm not seeing an ID anywhere. I don't know what it's talking about. Ambiguous column name ID. Read package. Match lambda ID name. We're just gonna do that for now. And return from the star at call. Oh, thank you, Peter. Okay, good point, good point. I should just pull the things that I need. So package.id, package.name, package.description. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think that also needs to be nested. All right, so is this good to go? We'll reevaluate it and then run it again. No such column, package.id, refer to fields through prefix. Package author.name. 1 second, love. Package authors, kind of from packages. Package authors.kind, package author.name from packages. All right, so, oh, I messed that up. Packages dot, right? Packages. My mistake. I didn't reeval that. All right. Again, ambiguous column name ID. That doesn't make any sense. It does not know which ID from which of the 3 joined tables. Well, I'm prefixing it. I don't know why it's complaining, though, at this point. So you see, select packages.id, packages.name, packages.description from packages. Does it seem wrong? Maybe reload that one more time. Yeah, still ambiguous column name ID. That's really weird. I'm sure there's an explanation that people in the chat are going to yell at me for, which is great. Package to packages. Thank you, Trev. Can we see the backtrace? Just plain old list packages by keyword. Oh, is it in the match? Could it be in the match? Whoa, 166? No, that can't be right. That's in SQLite 3 that they're doing that. Okay. Jazzy says there's a line with equal ID. Can't catch the line while quick scrolling. Yeah, that's a different query altogether. This is the only query we're excuse me. This is the only query we're dealing with at the moment is this join. And everything is prefixed. Did I make a typo anywhere? Package keyword on package keywords, keyword ID, or keyword ID. Should I change that? I guess this is the problem with having, well, no, I guess there would be, if I were to change the packages.id to be packages.packageID in the schema, you would still have collisions with package_ID as a field name. So SQLite REPL would be easier to test, yeah. From packages, package author name, email, time from packages, where package ID equals ID. Yeah, I've reloaded it a bunch of times, and it's still the same. Prefixing the where clause? I mean, I got it here, right? Yeah, that was a different query. So I've got prefixes everywhere now. It must be whenever it's generating the results at this point. Package keywords, like keyword ID is keyword ID. So we're joining through so that we get all of the packages. How do you do that, Peter? You would call everything ID? Why is that? Sounds like a recipe for disaster. Okay. Well, yeah, I am writing the prefix. I don't know why it's not working though. Something about the way SQLite, excuse me, jeez. Is it something about the way that SQLite library works? Maybe it doesn't actually reeval the creation of the prepared statement. It should, because it's a new instance of preparing it. There's a wrapped read keyword by ID name call. Couldn't it contain a bad SQL? No, because we've already tested that one. If you go back into REPL history, you can see we got read keyword by name languages, and if I run that, it runs it just fine. So that one is okay. Unless, excuse me, unless running them at the same time is somehow a problem, or one after the other, which I kind of doubt. So package keyword has an ID. It's just called ID. Package keywords has package underscore ID and keyword underscore ID. It's not going to work because I don't have SQLite in my main profile. It will complain. Unless I do, what's it called? Buffer env update. And then SQLite. And then go to the database, emacs-packages.db. Yeah, unable to locate SQL program SQLite. I'm not sure why that's the case since we're in the directory, but anyway. Try select star from package where ID in. That's a different kind of query. That's kind of interesting. So we're in select package ID from package keywords where keyword equals keyword. Let's try Lev's suggestion just to see what it does. All right, so Lev is saying select star from packages. Let me use uppercase too. Maybe I should just be doing that. Select star from packages where ID in, select package ID from package keywords where keyword keyword ID equals keyword ID. And that's a nested query that's finished here. Let's just delete. Whoops. All right, so I got the statement here. Let's just see what that does. No keyword ID parameter, keyword dash ID. I do have it. Ooh, it can't be done with prepared statements, maybe? Is that what's happening? Is that because you got a nested query here? I mean, I guess I could just bake it in. It's a little bit nasty, but let's just do it to see if it works. Because we've already done a query to get the ID, so we know it must be a valid ID. I don't know. Format false. Oh, and what? Okay, I do need this now. This needs to be let star now. No such parameter keyword ID. Is it because I'm using a bind? Match, no matching pattern, ADA mode. Oh, okay. Now, ID, name, description. No matching pattern for ADA mode. What are you talking about? Is it because I did that? Okay, so we got it this time. Trev says first query worked for me on SQLite REPL. We'll have to investigate that another time because I want to be done with the stuff that we're doing today. Peter says he thinks it might be a caching issue. It could be. I mean, if I restart the process, it's possible that it could work, but let me just see now. List packages by keyword. Let's go back to the keyword.scm page. I just want to see this working. List packages by keyword. Yeah, it would be good to have the SQL in a separate file. That's for sure. I don't disagree with that. And then we're going to do a little map injection here. Map. That's a lambda. And then packages. And for each of these, I'm going to say just a regular old href for now. Or actually, I could copy the table stuff from the package view. List packages by keyword, and that's coming from models package. Let me go back to the models file, Control-C, Control-B to reeval the whole thing. Go back here, Control-C, Control-B to reeval the whole thing. List packages by keyword. Oh, did I export it? List packages by keyword. Yeah, list packages by keyword. List packages by keyword. That's models package. Oh, wrong number of arguments. List packages by keyword. I need the context DB to pass in there. Okay, now if I go to the languages page, boom, we get all the packages with keyword languages. So, cool. We were able to get a number of things done interactively after we fixed the interactive evaluation of things in our Guile program. But we were able to add a new route, the new keywords routes. So we got the new keywords pages here. So we've got the main keywords page that shows all the keywords for packages. Thanks, Trev, for adding the querying and the additional database work for indexing on keywords. And now you can click through on a given keyword name to get the the list of packages that are marked with that keyword. Both those things were done live. We also changed up the CSS on the site. It's not great looking. It's fine. If you want to make some suggestions on color palette, design, etc., please feel free to file an issue or even send a PR. We edited the CSS live. We reevaluated the CSS rendering form with the sort of SCSS to CSS thing that we worked on a few weeks back. So that's all being generated from S expressions. That's cool. So we were reevaluating that live. And just the general page rendering and database queries, all that stuff was being added live too. So one thing we need to do first, before we end the stream, is we need to restart the actual server process and make sure everything still works, because that's one of the challenging bits of REPL-based development, is sometimes you have something happening in the live version that doesn't work whenever you restart the program because you forgot to wire something up. So I'm restarting this and it seems to be working. All the stuff that we changed seems to be working the right way, which is good. Let me make sure we're not caching things. Click keyword, click convenience, and then there's a number of packages that show up here. So it seems to be great. Seems like everything we did worked. We were able to interactively develop that as everything went on, and I'm quite happy with how that works. So I think that we'll be using that as the process for development going forward. Let me go here and get rid of that because we don't need that anymore. But yeah, it ended up being tricky only from the perspective of reevaluating the route handler procedure inside of the same module where the server gets started. I still don't know what the explanation is for that, but there's some kind of binding capture happening that is preventing the new value of the binding from being used whenever you reevaluate it. But when we split things out in separate modules, everything worked fine. So I think that's okay. I'm okay with that, and I don't think that we did anything particularly egregious in the code to make it work. So it's good. It's fine for now. Peter says, I can see if I can cobble a PR together. Definitely. If you want to send a PR for improving how we manage the SQL stuff, I would be happy to see it. Trev says the dev team is growing. Soon we will need Jira. No, thank you. We don't need Jira. We just need, issues on the Codeberg. So that's it. Let me go and write down what we did today because I'm going to forget if I don't write it down now. So we did REPL Dev. We did all that stuff that we wanted to do. Didn't get to discuss the pros of REPL-Driven Dev. Can I do it in a couple minutes? Maybe. So we did the REPL-Driven workflow. We added query UI for packages by keyword for all keywords, and let's say add routes and views to show all keywords and packages by keyword. Okay. We probably can put this in a backlog. Consider changing the ID strategy. It may already be there. Who knows? And we can get rid of that too. Improve the site CSS somewhat to make it more readable. Add queries, SQL queries for keyword IDs by name and packages by keyword. What else did we do? That's basically it, I think. Peter says adding Jira will be a good solution for a big team. It will not remain big for long. Yeah, we're not going to be a big team. We're just going to be, a few people just, hacking around a little bit on this stuff. All right. I think that was pretty good for today. Let me just make sure that I'm recording before I start doing anything here. I guess if I make a short talking about the benefits of REPL-driven development, it'd be kind of weird to not do REPL-driven development to demonstrate the benefits. I'm just trying to think of like things I can make into shorts. And that, talking about the benefits of REPL-driven development could be one thing to do, but maybe I need to think about it a little bit more before I do that. But it would be nice to potentially make a video about setting up a Guile project or a web project for live development. The Kite says, still Guile is a little bit far from Clojure's REPL-driven development. I think that, well, are you talking about things like Figwheel? Because Figwheel, something like Figwheel is doable even today if one writes up all the wiring for that. I mean, I've already sort of imagined how I would do it. Maybe that's something to be done for later, like where you can reevaluate like a view form and have it automatically be refreshed inside of the running application. It is possible to do that, but it just requires some wiring to do that, like active WebSocket connection, shipping HTML fragments over and finding the place to replace them inside the running page and then do that, It is possible. Okay. Left says buying keyword itself, not ID. All right. Oh, okay. I think you're right. You're right. Alrighty then. Good progress. Yeah, it was good enough. I think it's good for 2.5 hours. And I guess we should probably talk about what we want to do next time, right? So next time we already did that, set up REPL-Driven development for HTML, CSS, figure out join queries for loading authors and maintainers. Trev did that already. Fleshed out CSS for all pages. Probably should do a bit more of that. Add author details page to list which packages they wrote maintained. Yeah, so we can do that too potentially. But what else? Like, what is sort of the bigger piece for next time? Because we have to start making some of the actual site functionality at some point. Right now, we're ingesting information. But we're not really making it useful to a user. Sure, it's like a database of information. You can go view it in a website, but that's not really the point. I think we need to start being able to add stuff like basic user creation, adding tips for specific packages. Just to get some basic, like, what can a person do on this website type thing. We should get some of that started, I think. It would be nice if we could do that. And we'll try to do all of that as interactively developed in the REPL. Sound good? Peter says, Fig Wheel is for integrated with a front-end enclosure script, isn't it? Yeah, it's more for that. Like if you have components that are being rendered client-side to ship updated code to that, which one day we'll have that with Gal Hoot, but not yet. I decided not to use Hoot for the UI in this project because many people will be running a browser that doesn't have the ability to run Hoot code just yet. But maybe, like next year that will be not a problem, but at least right now, I think that only the most up-to-date stable versions of browsers on desktop and mobile will have Hoot support. And I don't want to leave people out just yet. If it's for like a game or some other kind of application that isn't so general purpose, I would definitely use Hoot. All right, that's it. Thank you all for being here today. Really appreciate your time and attention. Hope this was interesting and fun. Let me know in the comments if you actually watched the stream recordings. I'm starting to consider not making summary videos anymore because people don't seem to watch the summary videos as much as they watch the live streams, which is interesting. I think people actually are liking what we're doing here, so that's good. So yeah, let me know what you think. Tenno says, will submitting packages not in other registries somehow be a feature, i.e. by common GitHub repo tag topic? Yeah, we're gonna have to have that. So there should be a way to submit an Emacs package that's not in ELPA or MELPA or Geeks. And yeah, I would do that for sure. But it may need a review process. I don't know if we need to be able to review those. So maybe there needs to be some kind of like admin moderator type thing where moderators can help to approve packages that are being submitted so there's nothing malicious being added. I don't know if that matters. And also to help keep the metadata accurate. Peter says, providing use package snippets. Yeah. So what I want to do ultimately later is have the ability to look at someone's .files repo and then grab the use package snippets for the packages they use and then include them as examples of using a package on the site. So maybe there would be like an Emacs package. I am recapitulating MELPA. Not exactly. It's a bit different. So yes, I'm indexing packages, but the purpose is a bit different. This is more of a like, how do you use a package? What are the interesting ways you can use a package? How do you connect packages together? More of an informational source rather than a package archive. It can extend to Git distributed packages. Yes, it will. We will definitely do that. Okay, like I said, thank you for being here today. Really appreciate it. Let me know what you think. And until next time, happy hacking. We'll see ya.